Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Now today, I want to talk about something that is near and dear to my heart. Yes, you guessed it, a bucket list. Now, okay, so I feel like we all have those things filed in the back of our mind that we would do given the opportunity, right? But I just feel like people either one, just don't care about a bucket list, or two, they're just too preoccupied with the things that happen in day-to-day life that they haven't sat down and actually made like an official bucket list. Now, I also feel like people, when they hear the word bucket list, they think it has to be a list of only extreme, crazy things like fly to the moon and back or swim 10 laps around the ocean. Like, is that true? Your bucket list can have anything on it. It can be something as simple as learn to tie a tie or knit a blanket. To me, a bucket list is things that you want to learn, accomplish, or experience in your lifetime. Now, some things you'll be able to check off your list right away. Some things might take a lifetime to complete. Now, I want to talk to the parents, okay? Parents, you listening? Okay, parents. I talk to a lot of people, and I keep hearing the same types of things, like, girl, I have kids. I can't just up and go. Or, girl, I don't have money like that. I got kids. And I get it, okay? I understand that your kids and your family come first. But I want you to know, from me to you, your life is not over just because you have kids. It's not. Yeah, maybe you can't just pick up and go at the drop of a dime. But you still can live a fulfilling life. You just gotta move different, baby. Plan accordingly. Save money if need be. Find a trustworthy babysitter. Shit, if you need to bring they badasses with you, do what you gotta do. But just like from the movie Baby Boy, mama gotta have a life too, Jody. Now, anybody that truly knows me knows that I'm a big, huge advocate of a bucket list. Because, like, when you travel, try new things, or learn something, learn a skill, it's like you're expanding your horizons. You're growing, changing, learning new things about yourself. So, Will Smith actually inspired me to sit down and write like my official bucket list, because he said, God puts the most beautiful things on the other side of fear. And when I tell you that resonated with my soul, I mean, So I sat down, and let me tell you something. I didn't know the first thing to put on my bucket list, okay? I didn't even know where to start. And the more I thought about it, and the more I thought about my desires and my wishes, before I knew it, I had close to 200 things. Here go my little bucket list right here. When it comes to my bucket list, there's only one rule. And that is, for everything that I mark off, I have to add at least 2 other things. So then that way, I'll always have an ongoing bucket list. Now, I'm not going to sit here and bore you guys and read you my whole bucket list. But I do want to mention like my top 3 things that have ultimately changed my life that I've crossed off my list. So number 3 is zip lining. So, okay, zip lining, you know, it's simple, it's a fun little activity. But I'm not really scared of heights either. But watching people, they're, you know, flipping upside down and letting go. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, what is the weight requirement on this motherfucking line? Because I feel like my ass gonna drop to a horrible death. I can't do that. And then I thought to myself, why can't you do that? So as you proceed, like the zip lines get higher and higher and higher, right? So towards the end of zip lining, I said, fuck it. And I let go, because you have to hold on up here. So I just let go. And I actually flipped upside down, okay? And in that moment, I felt so free. Like, I don't know. Okay, so number 2 is going to Times Square in New York. And that trip was super fun. We went to all the boroughs, you know, Bronx, Queens, Manhattan, Brooklyn, Staten Island. We went to, you know, the Yankee Stadium. We went to ride the subways and got that whole experience. We went to Wall Street. It was life-changing because we talked to this guy, right? And he was like, you know, him and his wife had been married X amount of years and, you know, they can barely pay rent. He was explaining how, like, rent in New York for, like, a studio in a horrible neighborhood or whatever, like, it's $2,000. And so my first thought was like, well, why wouldn't you save up to move out of there, you know, if you're just so unhappy? And he was just like, you know, we've been saving for all these years. He's like, and, you know, we can never really save enough to get out of here. And it was so humbling to me because I was just so appreciative and so, I don't even know, like, the exact words. Like, I was just like, wow. And then number 1, which is my most recent thing that I have checked off, has been the most touching thing in my life. And that's go to the Caribbean. Now, we flew into Puerto Rico, spent a few days there, enjoyed some of the Puerto Rican poppies or whatever. And then from Puerto Rico, we went to St. Thomas, which is in the Virgin Islands. And that was actually my second time there. But this time around, it just seemed more beautiful than the first time. And then from there, we went to St. Martin, St. Kitts, St. Lucia, and Barbados. And obviously, the scenery is breathtaking, okay? I mean, breathtaking. But the people were beautiful, you know? They were just so positive and such a vibe. Like, it just made me sit back and just really appreciate some of the simple things of life. You know, we always have our devices in our hand, or we're always just doing stuff, like, I don't know, but it really changed my life. It really did. Like, when I came back from the Caribbean, like, I was the island ting, you heard me? Like, could nobody tell me nothing. Like, each island has its own history and just so much things that we don't know about. They don't teach us none of this in school. So the point is, if you don't have a bucket list, I mean, get one, make one. Why not? It's so important because, one, you're creating memories, right? And if you're stripped from everything that you have, your personal thoughts and your memories, it's something nobody can take from you. Nobody. And 2, that shit was fun as hell. Just doing some of the things that you always want to do. And 3, you know, for me, it just makes me feel like I'm really living. There's more to life than just working and paying bills. So, like I said, if you already don't have a bucket list, please take some time, put it in writing, make it official, and I promise you will not be disappointed. So like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Y'all be safe, and I will see you in the next video.